I just want to let you know something right now. Tonight, we're going to get active. I want your chat to know this. Like, tonight, they better subscribe because shit's about to go down. That's why you need 2 iPhones, bro. You're lacking. So we're going to the ICE protest downtown Minneapolis, chat. Tune in. I need everybody tuning in. All right, bro. That's fine. See you in a bit. I'll be there 5:47. All right, bye. Yo, guys, tune in. We back. Northern Lakes Media. We're back, guys. Subscribe. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Guys, we're going downtown tonight. We're going to see what's popping off. We're going to the ICE protest, man. Fuck ICE. Fuck ICE. Say it again. Fuck ICE. Da 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 da. Welcome in, everybody. We're going to the protest tonight. They're paying respects for Alex Preddy downtown Minneapolis. There's supposed to be a concert going on tonight at 6 o'clock. This is going to be an amazing time, amazing gathering for everybody. Make sure you guys tune in because tonight's going to be the night. Let's see what they're doing here. We gotta see what's active, and then when it's active, we gotta be reactive. We gotta be reactive to what's going on. Da 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 da. BG. What's BG on? Guys, we're gonna pull up to the Vigil downtown, or we're gonna pull up to Alex Preddy. This location. We just gotta see what's up. Tap in. What up, James? Good to see you. How are you doing, James? We're gonna pull up downtown, guys. Tonight there's gonna be a concert for Alex Preddy at 6 o'clock. If my information is good, WSP, what's up? James, what's up? So yeah, did you guys hear Jake Lane is coming back for round 2 next Saturday? Jake Lane decided to come back and fuck with us next week. You don't know who it is, but hope his song's on fire, bro. Bet. Yeah, me too. I honestly don't know who's performing, but I'm hearing it's gonna be huge. We're gonna get there like 5:30-ish. So yeah. So Jake Lane's coming next Saturday at 12 at the government, not the government center, at the Capitol. He's taking it to St. Paul. So at the Capitol, I think noon. And he's calling all his Proud Boys and all his fanboys to come out to St. Paul. We're about to shut his ass down once again. That guy has no motion, man. He really wants to get hurt again. In your time, it's 5:48. Yeah. Yeah, big win. Jake Lane wants to smoke, we can give it to him. I don't know how many he'll organize because he only had 9 people. last time he came out here, but he's a grifter begging for donations. He raised almost 11 grand for his appearance last time for medical bills plus security. So let's see if he used that 11 grand for proper security, huh, chat? Bro, we ain't fucking with ICE, bro. Mills, we ain't fucking with ICE, for real. Shut it down. We're gonna keep it PG though, because I do want to get the exposure tonight. TikTok has been oppressing views, which is really unfortunate. Anything ICE related, anything Trump related. We built our platform to almost 21,000 followers on TikTok, Northern Lakes _fishing, and we're having trouble. So I told all the TikTok people, slowly get yourselves over on this platform, because TikTok's not gonna be in favor for us for long. And it doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democrat, free speech is important. But apparently, as soon as it touches American hands, as soon as it touches US hands, everything is tainted. I guess it used to be better under CCCP, but we were fed lies that our whole life that communism is like 100% bad. But it looks like we're the ones that get oppressed from free speech, and they don't give us the truth. They fabricate the truth. So yeah, everything's getting exposed now. They're trying to stop it, but AI is too powerful. Technology is too powerful. All the lies are getting exposed now. Everything we thought was the truth growing up as kids. Democracy is great. Everything about our country is great. We're watching everything unfold. We're literally watching civil war unfold in front of our eyes in its early stages. Like, I've never seen something like this during my George Floyd times I watched. I didn't stream it, but like, this is crazy. And this is peaceful protesting. Keep in mind, no one's caused any significant damage property-wise. There hasn't been. The only damage that's been caused was by ICE committing 2 murders, Renee Good and Alex Preddy. They assassinated him, literally. They executed him in broad daylight with multiple camera angles showing that they lied. They said he had a firearm drawn. He didn't have no firearm drawn. It's crazy. And the Democrats are trying to expose these rats for who they are. Plutos. These guys are liars. These Republicans are liars, bro. And so there was a bill that Trump's been trying to pass for more funding for DHS and ICE. It fell through. There were 7 Republicans in the Senate that voted against the bill. Big win, guys. So this funding was supposed to extend past September of this year for DHS. So with a House majority being Republican, and we had that many Republicans that are seeing what is going on, that aren't sheep and actually voted against this, that's a blessing. God is doing his work. God is doing his work. Movement through people. Evil's being exposed. God is superior more than Trump. Yeah, Brandon Robinson. You need to lay your trust in God instead of Trump. So we're going out to the protest tonight. We're going out to the protest tonight, guys. Lock it in, because this is going to be, we're going to the Vigil for Alex Preddy. And there's supposed to be protests as well. Make sure you guys tap the like button for me. Share the live out. We're gonna build up this platform. We're gonna build up this platform. We're gonna keep going forward. It's beautiful out. We're finally getting 14-degree weather. We're above minus degrees. This Sunday is supposed to be damn near almost 30. Next week's gonna warm up. Oh, they're in for a surprise, boy. All the people that are too scared of the cold, that are only out for 30 minutes, an hour at a time, these people are gonna be out for hours, that are from like warmer climates down south. I see a lot of travelers that came out, so to support the cause. I'll make sure to stop, Brandon. I'll make sure to stop by the snack table for you, just to show you what we have. Minnesota, nice. Everybody takes care of everybody. You see how Minnesota is. That's the true definition of Minnesota, nice. Family standing in arms against injustice, taking care of each other. There's hand warmers, there's masks, there's food, there's drink. They bring hot food for people. Like, honestly, no job. I'm employed. I got a Monday through Friday job. That's why I'm going in the afternoon and not morning. Tomorrow is the strike. No work strike, no school. Again at 2 p.m. downtown Minneapolis. We're gonna be out there. We're gonna try to get out there early. Yeah, stay tuned for that. Probably on welfare, man. Yeah, I'm at your mom's house. I'm at your mom's house eating good. She's taking good care of me, John. You know it, John. Your mom support is the biggest supporter of my channel. She sends so much donations on my Venmo, Cash App. You'd be jealous. She hasn't even given you that kind of money in your life, brother. But I'm a man. Anyways, so yeah, we're going to Alex Pretty's Vigil tonight. It's gonna be downtown. There's gonna be a concert at 6 o'clock. Candles lit. A lot of nurses are standing up for Alex Pretty. A lot of people in the medical field. Nobody likes me. Nobody likes you, clearly, because you want to offend me. You want to offend me, bloke? How about you go out and protest, Abu Kaz? What happened to Alex? Alex got assassinated in the street. In the street, Brandon. By DHS agents. He had no weapon in hand. Exactly. He had a cell phone in his left hand. These Republicans try to fabricate a lie right off the bat before an investigation. Completely follow them to do, right? And just to get proven wrong, because there's plenty of eyes, plenty of cameras. They thought there wasn't people recording. There was plenty of people recording, blood. Multiple camera angles. There's no debate that he was detained on the ground. The guy yelled he has a gun. He has a firearm, and that was it. That was the end of Alex Pretty's life. His actions, how being a protester. So that's kind of a scary thought, right? You have a permit to carry. You have a permit to carry, and then you're assassinated in broad daylight because you're at a protest. You're in a big city. Why wouldn't you want to carry? There's crime that happens in every big city. But you will support Kyle Rittenhouse, right? Walking around with his AR, 17 years old, underage, past curfew, ready to shoot, taking lives and getting pardoned by Trump. That's your guys' hero. Why was he carrying an AR? What was he doing in the middle of the street? Kyle Rittenhouse. It's a psyop. Why was he? Because ICE has been wrongfully detaining people with U.S. citizenship status, green card status. It's not just, they're telling you lies that they're taking all criminals when the stats show less than 60% of the they detain are actually criminals, which is crazy work. And so the people that have U.S. citizenship, like me, that lived here since we were toddlers, basically all we know is America. We don't know freaking Ukraine or wherever the hell people came from. We're all immigrants in this country as Americans. And then you're getting detained, pulled over on the highway to get a status check. That's the Bible of your constitutional rights as a U.S. citizen. People apply for U.S. citizenship to have rights, not to be harassed by federal agents. 20 years later, no one's sitting there thinking, oh, I'm going to get pulled over by immigration, having an American passport. So they're unethically doing their business, knocking down doors where they shouldn't, and they're not paying for the damage that they cause. They're just causing havoc. They're using your taxpayer dollars, wasting resources where that could be used somewhere else. The disaster relief from all these ice storms, all the people that passed away. Kyle Rittenhouse was pardoned by Trump. His charges were expunged. His charges were expunged. Slate clean. A piece of paper doesn't mean you're American, you freaking fool. You're a fool. You're not an American. Native Americans are the real Americans. You're a settler. You're a settler on this country. Your parents, great-grandparents were settlers. The migrants work harder than these Americans that sit on their ass eating potato chips at home. Never put a hammer in their hand. Never worked a damn physical job. Some of these guys from Asian countries are outperforming Americans academically, and they're crying. The Americans are crying. Why are they taking our jobs as CEOs, computer IT jobs, whatever? Why are they taking our jobs? Because you guys didn't study hard enough in college. Bring competition back in the U.S. Bring that shit back, where you gotta work for your fucking salary instead of being lazy. Bring it back where it's competitive market, where there's new inventions, there's new ideas. Why would you want to suppress other people with their thoughts? Not everybody that crossed the border, not everybody that crossed the border was a criminal. There's people that have been paying taxes the last 4 or 5 years, not on welfare, with their workers' permits. You're fed a lie, thinking that every single immigrant that crosses the border is on welfare. There's good and bad people everywhere. There was nothing here before Europeans. What do you mean? Native Americans had settlement. Americans shit in the rivers. Shit in the rivers in America. Died from disease because Americans weren't sanitary. My wife, she's Native American. She's Lakota. Native Americans had to teach Europeans how to be cleanly because they threw their urine out of buckets out of their fucking bedrooms in Europe. And then they came here and showered and shit in the rivers and drank that water. Native Americans taught them how to hunt the local animals, how to freaking be sanitary people. Dirty asses didn't even wash their asses. They left carcasses, took the buffalo, the skin, and left carcasses out. Meat that people could have used, but they starved. They rather starve than eat buffalo. Crazy as hell. Now people have bison farms. Native Americans were the most resourceful. They used every single part of the animal's body. They used the husks for bows and arrows. They had it together. Yeah, they weren't as civilized as the European world in terms of technology, but they had it set. There were people on this land that had thousands of tribes. There's still hundreds of tribes. He was found not guilty by jury. But he still got his record clean by Trump. He got an honorable medal from Trump, Pidras. Police normal, police serve warrants. They're not liable for the damage. If you're gonna spout the stuff, you should at least know the basics of law. Police normal serve. They're not using proper warrants. They're supposed to be pulling actual warrants, not judicial warrants from each state. You can't just barge in somebody's house with your Trump warrant. That has to be, these warrants have to be approved by the courts, not by Trump. There's illegal search and seizure. You ever heard of the rule? Illegal search and seizure is one of your constitutional amendments. Supposed to protect every single right. Three big ones. Your Second Amendment's broken because clearly Alex Preddy apparently carrying two clips of 9mm ammo and his handgun. That I guess that's illegal. In U.S., having free speech, going to protest is illegal because you will lose your life. And being in your house and getting your property damaged, door kicked down because they're looking for somebody in there, or they think they have a hunch somebody's in there, but that hunch isn't enough to validate their reason. They go in there anyways. They don't find anybody that they need, so they arrest the people that have been living in the U.S. 15, 20 years. Waiting for asylum claims. So everybody else gets hammed up. Everybody else gets hammed up because they thought that there's a criminal in that house. So let's barge in. Let's kick down the doors. Let's draw our weapons. Let's show up like the mob. Like we're the SS police in 1930s Germany. My great-grandfathers fought Nazism. And you guys represent Nazism. You guys allow Nazism to happen in this country. We're watching the day. Look at your dollar dropping because of your Trump. Gold's at $5,400 an ounce. Silver's at $113. I bought silver at $22 an ounce, 2021. There's your U.S. dollar dropping. The trust in the U.S. government is gone. World reserves are hoarding gold and silver bars and the public all over the world because they're expecting the rug to fall under in America. That has never happened in U.S. history. So keep defending your brain rot leader and you will develop the same brain rot as the people in the comments. Go with your Trump guy and see where he takes you. There's still another 3 years. He's not even gonna last 3 years. He's not even gonna last, at this rate, he's not gonna even last till the end of the year. I hope you stand by that grain until the end. Until the end. I hope you stand with your Trump until the end. Move out of my mommy's basement. I have a mortgage. I almost have my house paid off in 6 years. I got $30,000 left on my mortgage. Nice try, buddy. Do you live in a trailer park? You must have a trailer park. Trailer house. or a camper on your mom's lot, right? In your hillbilly Iowa, you're living on her land in a trailer house. Don't tell me about my living situation. For us immigrants, hustle and grind hard. That's the jealousy, because there's lazy Americans that can't even fucking pick up a hammer. They'll work one job and that's enough. Oh, I did my 40 hours. Oh, my back hurts. I can't wipe my ass. I can't even see underneath my sack. Oh my goodness, life is hard. Some haven't seen the people, the humble people are what understand that immigrants make America great, and they make America great in the fact that the money keeps circling around. New small businesses open up. There's a lot of opportunity created. Not all Americans are lazy, but the ones that are talking shit, I guarantee you, they work their 7 to 2, Monday through Thursday. They don't do shit. They don't even take care of their own kids. They pay child support. Maybe they do. And they're the complainers. The ones that are the complainers on my chat, they're miserable themselves. That's so they come about immigrants. Are you diagnosed, brother? Ice, baby. You got brain rot, brother. I hope you stand with your Nazi ideologies till the end. I'd rather be with the truth. And I voted for Trump. And I was the one getting hit. A lot of Slavics voted for Trump, that piece of shit. They voted for Trump thinking he's going to end Ukraine, but he bitched down to Putin. Putin grabbed Trump by the leash like a dog and said, sit down, doggy. Now's not your time. He said, now's not your time. And a lot of Ukrainians, a lot of Russians, a lot of Slavic people, majority of Minnesota, they voted for Trump. And I know all across the country. Putin has secrets against Trump. Back when Trump filed for bankruptcy for his airline companies, back when he built the Trump Tower in the USA, back in his 30s, he would go to CCCP a lot. That was when Putin was KGB agent, before he was president. In his early days of president, he promised Trump that he will build a Trump Tower in Moscow. Why was he building a Trump Tower in Moscow? Was he trying to have kids? Hide underage kids in Moscow or what? Well, you can look it up. It's public information. But he had plans to build another Trump Tower in Moscow. You guys are supporting a criminal. He made over $1 billion from these wars, and it's only been a year. But he called Biden a criminal, but he's doing 10 times worse. He got the what's his face, the CEO of Binance that funded Hamas money through crypto, through Bitcoin. He in his prison sentence. The Asian guy, I don't remember his name, but he's the CEO of Binance. This happened 6 months ago, last summer, worth billions of dollars. He gave Trump a bunch of Bitcoin, a bunch of millions of dollars in Bitcoin for pardon for cash, pardon for Bitcoin. Trump will do it all. He has nothing good going on for him. He said the Ukraine war will be done as soon as I'm in office. Biden never been on a phone call with Putin. I will go to Russia. I will meet him. He met him in Alaska. No answer. That was months ago. Early on, he people out there to organize peace treaty. Nothing happened. This guy's a peon. He claims he ended how many wars? Complete bullshit. He's starting more wars. He's starting more wars. He invaded Venezuela for the black oil. Did you know that Venezuela is the second after Saudi Arabia in oil reserves? He invaded Venezuela, not necessarily for Maduro. It was for the fucking oil riches. That's why you got cheap gas. Because this Trump guy, he's pirating. He's literally pirating, like the Somalians you claim were Captain Phillips. Captain Phillips, you know, that movie Captain Phillips. That's what Trump was doing with Venezuela. And now he's running the whole oil market there. You're seeing cheap gas, but everything else is expensive. Your cost of living, your wages, you're struggling. You're putting more money on your credit cards. He claimed the economy is booming, right? He says every month the economy is booming. But if you compare USD to Euro, they say, the Europeans say, you see the S&P is hitting all-time highs. With Euro, because it's more stable, they said they seen a flatline growth in the U.S. All foreign investors that invest in U.S. markets actually have got no gains against deflation with their money. Apparently in USD to how much inflation is every month with the tariffs, you're not making any money in the stock market. Your buying power is exactly the same as it was. The only thing that's benefiting you have money in the market versus some people that have money in a savings account and they can't buy shit. Everything just keeps going up. The fucking gold's at $5,400 an ounce, jumped $1,000 almost in a week. Silver's at $113. I remember buying silver 2021 at $22 an ounce. 6x. Precious metals shouldn't be skyrocketing. That's not normal. That's a stable currency. That means U.S. currency is crashing. Take gold and silver versus euro or yen and see where the value is at there. Compare the calculate. Gold, look, I checked gold. I haven't checked gold. I haven't followed gold in 2 weeks. Look at gold right now. $5,400, $5,350. Hit $5,600 a couple days ago. $5,600 an ounce. At over $1,000 gain. Last pull, look at the last year. I bought a gold bar in 21 for $1,800. Gold has 3x. If a US dollar was if Trump economy was so good, gold wouldn't have doubled in value since Biden left office. No fucking way it would have. The statistics don't lie. If you did any kind of math in school or any kind of statistics, you would know simple math, what the Republicans are doing to your savings, to your 401k, to your future. Stop being a fucking sheep. It's the hillbillies that vote for Republicans. Majority of them. All they know is how to work on the farm. Suki blad. Invest in gold because gold will outperform dollar, looks like. Maybe we'll see 10,000 an ounce gold by the end of the year at this rate. Gold is better than real estate. I'll put you on game. If you have more than 68 IQ, you'll probably understand that you're working, your job that you're working at for 80, 100K a year is really like you're working for 40K a year before Trump. Your 100K a year is really 40K a year later into President Trump's presidency. And if you don't see it, you're fucking blind. That's why you drive a 20-year-old car. Trump sucks bad, bro. These heavy mega boys, they will defend them, and I'm spitting them with game knowledge every single way. Whether economically, I'm not fool. I'm not a fool. I grew up in a different time period. I'm a 90s baby. I grew up in a different time period right after the USSR collapsed. My parents told me how it was when they came in their early 20s, how life used to be like. Well, we're prepared. Guns, ammo, everything prepared. Preparations. Gold, silver, you prepare. You prepare 100%. Land to raise your animals, to ride the hard waves. You need to be prepared. Instead of yapping about how you love your daddy Trump, your daddy Trump is gonna send you down under. He's gonna send you down under. You're gonna get caught with your pants off, with no underwear. I'm not whining. I'm not whining. I'm building my platform and trying to educate the sheep. The sheep that think that Alex Preddy's death is justified, that this isn't SS operations. What people voted for isn't what's going on. It's not what's going on. What people voted for is not what's going on. Simple as that. I don't know what to do. I'm not losing in this economy. I have a house that's almost paid off. Having no debt, having no credit card debt. All my cars paid off. 3 cars. I'm ready. I got $35,000 left in debt on my house. I bought my house June 2020 with 3.2% interest. With 3.2% interest. I knew when to buy. My Russian people, Ukrainian people told me when to buy. My brother Gregory's on his 7th property. He built himself a $1.5 million house in Texas. He has Section 8 rentals all across Minneapolis. Duplexes, triplexes. People that know money, know the market, that been through a different economy. In a different country, they know what to do. If you're not ready, you're not ready. But you can listen to your fake Trump news. He makes you feel good inside. I know, but your pockets aren't getting bigger. 68 IQ, blad. Yeah, because we would go to the same Slavic church in America. Everybody's united. When we all came in the 90s, the only thing that's dividing us is war. Thanks to American politics and NATO politics. That's the only division. Actually, Slavic people that are in America, they're uncomfortable talking about the war, especially if they're Russian versus Ukrainian, because it brings a lot of divide, a lot of differences in opinion. So that's when we talk, we really don't bring up the war. Fuck NATO, bro. For real. Imagine if Mexico was communist. Wouldn't you feel threatened as your border states, especially if you sign deals with past U.S. presidents after USSR collapsed, that the border nations, when they split the borders, that they would never become NATO. And American government tends to never hold their promises. So then they like to throw fish, blame it on the nation that the war is happening in. Oh, look, they started a war. But before 2022, nobody even knew where the fuck my country was on the map, where Ukraine was on the map. Ukraine was talked about after US got their politics involved. Nobody could even point where Ukraine was on the map back in high school. So I don't want to hear you tell me, you teach me what the fuck goes on in my country back home. I love America. God bless the USA. We're gonna. The Nazism is gonna stop. The Nazism will stop. Time to move on. Hey, you're giving me the views. You're giving me the views, the likes, the appreciation. Fuck ICE. I'll wipe him. I'll wipe him with my tissue paper tonight. You know, they're not gonna last much longer in Minnesota. They're not gonna last much longer in Minnesota. I can tell you that right now. It's already warming up. January is gone after tomorrow. March is around the corner. February, oh, that's tolerable. 30s and 40s, that's tolerable. March, April comes around, it's over with. They're not gonna last here until their June contract. You know what them boys did at Derek Chauvin? You know what they did at Derek Chauvin? It's not happening. Not gonna happen. ICE is not winning. ICE is not winning. ICE, they're running. The Senate voted. 7 Republicans voted against more funding for DHS for September. Money's running out, baby. If they can't get in the vote in Congress, there's no money for ICE. No dollars for ICE. ICE is expensive. ICE is expensive. Yeah, your Senate majority, House majority isn't working out too well now, is it? When people that are actually not sheep are opening up their eyes to the criminal activities that are going on by ICE. Assassinations in the street. Literally, they could argue Renee Good on both sides. I could see that, but they can't argue. Look, they're like, what do we come up with Alex Preddy? What lie do we come up with to justify this murder? Yeah, that doesn't fly. All the nurses all across the country are actually stepping up to represent Alex. He was a ICU nurse that worked for the VA. Solid guy. Preddy was a solid dude. Yeah, good dude. There, even Republicans will say he was a good dude. Not all of them, but I know plenty of Republicans that are like, yeah, I've met Alex Preddy. He's a solid guy. He's a solid character. Like you don't just get put into a hospital job position, especially nurse, having to get a 4-year degree, which I know a lot of you guys don't even have a 4-year degree. You don't get put in that position working for the VA just to be a criminal. Work that many years at the VA? Nah, get out of here. He was standing up for immigrants. He was standing up for his beliefs. It doesn't matter if you disagree with his beliefs. What matters is he lost his life to a criminal activity. If they saw, especially Republicans arguing, oh, that AI generated picture, that video, that was him from a week ago, busting out the ICE taillight, right? Especially if they're saying, oh, one of the officers recognized him from a week ago, so they use this anger out on him, and they just unalived him. They just took his life because he already had a confrontation with ICE about a week ago. So that gives justification to use deadly force because he's an unpredictable person. That's what they're trying to spin now. That's their narrative now. Oh, ICE! ICE is doing their job! Yeah, they can kill protesters! Imagine being that piece of shit, man. Man, I got all these comments screen recorded. I hope your kids see these one day. And they'll be like, damn, my dad was a racist. My father was a racist. Imagine your kids thinking you're a racist or prejudiced against immigrants. The new generation does not stand with prejudice. You're gonna try to raise your kids in this environment, they're gonna hate you. When they're adults, they're not gonna want nothing to do with you. You can't teach your children hate. I feel bad. I feel bad for them. If you're proud of your kids being racist, that's wild. Because young people voted for Trump big time. Yeah, a lot of people voted for Trump. A lot of people, including young people like me, voted for Trump, thinking that he'll end the war in Ukraine like he promised. He'll get the bad people out. That he's not gonna get everybody out. But nobody knew that it's gonna be Gestapo operations. Illegal detainment on the highway while you're driving because you have a foreign born name and you're a U.S. citizen that lived here decades. That's wrong. They need a better process, and clearly they lost their trust in the public. That's what's going on. That's what's going on, and a lot of people don't have a backbone to speak on what's wrong. I got a job Monday through Friday. This isn't legal. These are private contractors, contracted by Trump. You idiot. Border Patrol, and ICE are two different agencies. What do you think Nazis were? They're under Hitler's command. Funded by the Third Reich. Suki Blad. These are private contractors. They have complete immunity against what they do, what criminal activities they do. A lot of people didn't vote for Trump. And a lot of people voted for Trump, but unfortunately, now it's too late. A lot of those people are against Trump now, including myself. But I mean, it's already too late. People been bamboozled. They said that, oh, he promised a greater economy. He promised a lot of things. He promised a lot of things, but clearly that's not what's going on. You voted for this, and I feel sorry you voted for this. Trump's not going to be around that long. No way. They'll have his ass impeached before the end of the year. Watch. Impeached or there'll be civil war. One of the two. With how life is going, and I'm a non-biased journalist. I'm out there recording what's going on. I'm not sitting there feeding the public my theory. Pidras. When he dies, Barron will take over. No. They tried to impeach him once already. Good luck. Well, he's a felon, so I mean, it's not good luck. If there's enough people, clearly there's 7 senators that don't agree with him, and you guys had majority Senate seats during an election. What happened? What's gonna happen in midterm? What? No. They're banking on, they got rid of Greg Bovino out of Minnesota because Trump got rid of Greg Bovino and demoted his ass, sent him back to whatever state because of the fact that he needs to look good for midterms. Republicans are cooked. They're cooked. They needed to find a scapegoat, and Bovino was a scapegoat for the assassination of Alex Preddy. They did that a lot in Nazi Germany too. They used a lot of scapegoats. Top generals they took out under Hitler as soon as it got too hot in the beginning before the war started. They got rid of Greg Bovino, demoted his ass, let the whole public know, and they put Tom Homan, who came up here to collect this check, and he's back home. He's not a commander of shit. Commander of these nuts. Bless. He's not commander of shit. He's not out here. He's not doing anything. This is modern Nazi Germany. Modern Nazi Germany behavior. And that's what's going on right now. Yeah, imagine supporting, and we haven't even got to the Epstein files yet. Imagine supporting the guy that crossed out, that blacklisted. The Republicans won't talk about this. They're too uncomfortable. They're too uncomfortable to get on the subject. They avoid the subject every time. When he promised, that's another thing. He promised during his campaign, I will release all the Epstein files. These pedos, these Democrats will not. They will not hide anymore. All the truth's gonna come out to the public. They deserve the truth. As soon as the files, let's push it back. Now let's start redacting names. A Trump picture came out. We gotta remove 4 pages of it. We accidentally released those to the public. Those were meant to. They're so dumb that they released some shit that they didn't even mean to release. And everybody knew this. Everybody knew this, that Trump's not going to be a man of his word, because he's the main character in the Epstein files. And these sickos probably participate in these activities. Yeah, all the ones in top government, that Republican, they participate in this activities. There's so many more Republicans than Democrats on the Epstein list that they don't want the truth to come out. That's as simple as that. They don't want the truth to come out, and that's crazy. Like, people, these victims deserve the truth. They deserve to hear their story. These victims deserve, retribution for what happened, like, at the expense of billionaires. How many times Trump flew to Epstein Island? He's the president. He can delete all his dirty work. He loved underage girls. That's why you go to Putin. He loved 15, 16-year-old girls in Russia. He loved to go to Russia in his mid-30s and be with little girls. That's why he wanted to build he was going to build a Trump Tower in Moscow. He definitely took part of that shit. Because if you're working that hard to hide the truth, and if you're a true Christian, you should believe in the truth and nothing but the truth. If you believe in a Christian country, you believe that your leader's a Christian, then you should have your leader stand by it and honor the truth. There should be no cross-outs. There should be no cross-outs of people, no matter your political status. It's not an insane argument. You guys have nothing to back it up with, because he literally lied. He didn't release all the files. Show us the files. Show us the files. Exactly. Show us the files. Show us all the files. What's up? Show us all the files. Some took a black Sharpie to all the files. Gave you the PG-13 version. Left out all the other bullshit. The public deserves the files. They've been asking for the files since Biden. Where's the files? They've been asking for the files for how many years now? Good thing he's 80 years old now. 80 years old, but he still committed all those crimes. He still committed all those crimes. He should sit his ass in prison if he actually took part in any of that shit. He was 34 years old, flying to fucking Russia to be with my underage girls, wanting to build a hotel when he built the Trump Tower here in the U.S. He wanted to build another crash out resort. That's why Putin has so many dirty secrets on him. He got so many secrets on him. Every time he tries to make a deal with Ukraine, the KGB agent, he's like, I got you by the balls. You wanna end the war in Ukraine? Okay, how about we talk about this subject? Let's release this to the public. They had so many wiretaps and everything on Trump before he was president, when he was making his frequent trips. His wives are all Russian wives. He took so many trips out there, so many wiretaps on him. They thought they wouldn't document wiretaps from 30 years ago. They got all that shit on file. The Russians aren't stupid. Putin definitely has dirt on Trump, because every time he's announcing, oh, things are going well, I'm meeting with Putin, he talks about all these good things that are gonna happen. As soon as the trip ends, there's silence, there's crickets. The war is still grinding on. Thousands are dying every day. He's too scared to get blackmailed. Trump's too scared to get blackmailed by Putin, and it's truth. Too scared to get blackmailed that he's willing to crash out. I'm looking for directions. I'm looking for where's the hot spot. Jerk the steering wheel, my guy. My guy. Yo. You wanna see my hair? Bet. I'll show you my hair. You like it? You like my hair? Hey, where's it at? No. They got the 6 o'clock, right, concert on First Ave. Downtown's popping right now, bro. I just got in. The Alex Peretti Vigil, bro. That's not the case. That's not the case right now. Should we go check out an ice raid? I got a couple spots. You're heading towards downtown? I'm gonna be back on, y'all. Tune in.